Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video, and as you can tell by the title, we'll be talking about this friendly guy. He's just a people person, Donald Trump. He knows what he's doing, but above all, he's a nice guy. I mean, he says himself he's just a nice guy.
Mr. Trump, you're not a nice person.
We don't need nice.
That's true, but actually I am. I think I am a nice person.
Rosie O'Donnell's disgusting. I mean, both inside and out. You take a look at her, she's a slob. She talks like a truck driver. We're all a little chubby, but Rosie's just worse than most of us. But it's not the chubbiness. Rosie is a very unattractive person, both inside and out. If I were running The View, I'd fire Rosie. I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. I'd say, Rosie, you're fired.
I mean, I'm actually a nice person.
Yes. Very nice. So today, we're going to be talking about this absolute fuck nut. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to talk about this idiot's head. I mean, just look at this. Oh my gosh. That is a 10 out of 10 IGN would do again. Nah, fuck that. It is the most disgusting head I have ever seen. Like, I've seen some pretty nasty heads in my time. Like, I saw a guy who had a mohawk, on the back of it, a mullet. That's pretty filthy, right? But that is the most atrocious head I've ever seen. Anyway, he's the sort of guy who'd start World War III in the blink of an eye, and he'll be like, how to deal with ISIS? Oh, I know. Let's go and bomb shit, and I don't know, I'm sure it'd kill a vast majority of ISIS and the terrorists, but all these casuals and civilians are fucking dead, and who do we blame for that? Donald Trump, the fuck nut. Anyway, if you've seen how his life story, you'll know that he said, oh yes, I build walls greater than everybody, and we'll make Mexico a completely different state, country, and pretend it's 1,000 kilometers away from the universe. But you know what? First of all, that is racist. Second of all, Rise of the Tomb Raider is great. And third of all, he's a fucking fuckwit. But you need to see this interview. He's the sort of guy who's going to start World War III. I've said it before, but just watch this interview.
ISIS is making a tremendous amount of money because they have certain oil camps, right? They have certain areas of oil that they took away. They have some in Syria, some in Iraq. I would bomb the shit out of them.
So right here, he's basically going, yeah, let's just bomb the shit out of the Middle East. You know, I don't actually think he gets that the Middle East is actually a place where people live. And I bet there are even some places where they actually have time to play video games and are not just shooting everyone. Even though the Middle East is at war with itself, it doesn't mean that you should completely nuke everything. This is what I'm talking about. But more so, Donald Trump is an angry person. Like, have you seen his Twitter? Like, if you want to see idiocy at its best, go to Donald Trump's Twitter page. It's so bad. But speaking of his Twitter account, when Donald Trump gets angry, and he's president, if he becomes president, he won't just have his Twitter account at his disposal, but he will have the entire American army. So that means tanks, jets, nuclear bombs, lots of Americans. Think about that. Just think, let that sink in. When he's angry, say he's angry with Rosie O'Donnell again, and he'll go and blow up half of America, because he doesn't care about America. He just wants to get rich again. Anyway, that's just me. That's just me weighing in on Donald Trump, because I think he's an absolute fuckwit. But before I go, I just want to remark on one of his many popular phrases, and that is, yes, a small loan of $1 million. Let's see it!
It's not been easy for me. It has not been easy for me. And, you know, I started off in Brooklyn. My father gave me a small loan of $1 million.
No, it's actually kind of hilarious, actually, because, like, he must be on grade 1 maths, because, mate, $1 million isn't fucking small. With $1 million, you get, like, 4 Lamborghinis or some shit like that. But, like, I only want $1,000 to just get a collector's edition of Skyrim, Watch Dogs 2, and some other stuff. Seriously, $1,000, and he thinks $1,000,000 is small. Like, you could start a business with $5,000, because apparently he needs $1,000,000 to start a business. Oh, it's so funny because all of his businesses actually went bankrupt. So if he can manage to get all his businesses bankrupt, which includes the cows, jewelry, if he can get those all bankrupt, what do you think he can do with the American economy? Think about that. Think about it as well. If you live in America, think about that. You guys won't be the ones getting all the Hollywood movies. You won't be getting the video games first. We will. England and Australia. Or maybe not even England, because now they've left the UK. Anyway, this is Donald Trump becoming president is actually a good thing for us Australians. But anyway, vote for me for president. I'll do a much better job. No, I wouldn't. No, I fucking wouldn't. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, and take care, and like and subscribe and share if you agree with me. Peace out.